February the 26th, 2022. Guys, if you haven't seen the video I did before this one this afternoon, please check that out because this is basically part two. And it's something that I was hoping would not happen. And I explain in that video what will take place if we do this. And what we're talking about is SWIFT, and that's the communications and transfer system for all the world's banks. If you're not in that, you're not a bank for very long. But it says, again, the EU, U.S. agreed to expel selected Russian banks from SWIFT, sanctioned Russian Central Bank. Update 5 p.m. Eastern Time. In the latest major escalation late on Saturday, European nations, together with the U.S., have issued a joint statement in which they announced the following restrictive economic measurements. Now, guys, the banks are closed, and we hope they will reopen Monday and not have a banking holiday. But you've got today and tomorrow to get your maximum out of your ATMs, if you understand what I'm saying. I hope you do. It says, here's what the restrictive economic measures are. Commit to ensuring that selected Russian banks are removed from the SWIFT messaging system. This will ensure that these banks are disconnected from the international financial system and harm their ability to operate globally. Commit to imposing restrictive measures that will prevent the Russian Central Bank from deploying its international reserves in ways that undermine the impact of our sanctions. Now, one thing about it, China said they're not getting involved. Commit to acting against the people and entities who facilitate the war in Ukraine by taking measures to limit the sale of citizenship, so-called golden passports that let wealthy Russians connected to the Russian government become citizens. Commit to launching a transatlantic task force that will ensure the effective implementation of our financial sanctions by identifying and freezing the assets of sanctioned individuals and companies that exist within our jurisdictions. Stepping up or coordination against disinformation and other forms of hybrid warfare. Kind of complete takeover of everything. You run the money, that's all that matters. A famous person, I can't remember this name, many of you probably do, said, "I care not who wins the political races. It's about controlling the banks." Anyway, if you think Russia's going to put up with this, you're sadly misinformed. And there's been so many rumors, I said this earlier, about cyber attacks from wherever, and you know how that goes, on our electric grid, on our banking systems, and the internet and communications. If that happens, then the ATMs won't work because they can't work without electricity. The gas pumps can't work. Or your cars and vehicles filled up. Because I've been through it with hurricanes here, 2 weeks in Katrina. You couldn't buy anything. You couldn't get gas. There was no water. There was no electricity for 2 weeks. You had to travel long distances and get in long lines. And that only lasted for a couple weeks. Just imagine something worse. But anyway, Russia is not going to put up with this blocking of their financial system. There will be a price to pay. Putin said anyone that gets in the way of what he's trying to do will pay very quickly. I hope you guys are listening. This is a major heads up. Be safe.